Where's my card? Oh. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Michael Panetta, and today we are talking Lifx Bulbs. Now, I have been using these for a long time. As a matter of fact, the light's back there above the desk. There's three. There's a third one over there, which you can't see, which is out of frame. And then, of course, the second one, which you guys know the setup if you've been on the channel. If not, you need to subscribe, because I see a lot of you that aren't subscribed watching the videos, but you don't subscribe. If you're watching the videos, then subscribe, please. But enough of that. I also have 8 lights here in the room itself, and I only ended up getting 4. I thought, you know what, it'll be okay. I'll do one Lifx there, one there, and then I'll change it, and I'll go one here and one back there. And after a while, I'm like, you know what? I wish I had them all to be able to dim, like if I'm doing something. And if I dim the switch, it messes it all up. So I've got a switch for each side on the wall, which probably won't be using too much anymore if I have all of the lights with Lifx. So this is going to be a multi-part series, because ultimately what I want to do is not only do these, I want to take, which I've got over here. I also got these Lifx strips. Now, thanks to Amanda Woolsey, she recommended these to me months ago, and yet it's still not opened yet. I picked this up at Best Buy. Now, the typical setup on Amazon was $99, and you got 6 foot, which I think was like 2 meters, or 6.5 foot. And Best Buy, for the same price or like $10 more, you had 3 meters, which is 9.5 feet, which is perfect for the desk, because, you know, I'm going to go on the sides, on the back, and on the other sides. I've got a cheap setup on there now, and I want to revamp that and set it all up again. And also, probably get the 6-footers for the back of the iMac, so I have all Lifx going around. Now, behind the TV here and on the desk, I threw the Philips Hue, which are good lights, but I really do feel that these are brighter. I want to do a comparison between the Lifx strip and the Philips Hue strip just to see which one's brighter. I've watched a couple videos on it, and I just want to see it for my own eyes. Maybe that'll help you decide on what you want to get. Now, as why I chose the Lifx over the Philips Hue bulbs, I actually got these first. I don't know if the Philips Hue was out yet or not. Don't quote me on that. But I went with the Lifx just because they look good. And now that I have all of these, I'm kind of sticking to the same ecosystem. So I don't know if the Philips Hue bulbs are any better or any worse. I've never tried them. It's just that I tried these first. I liked them. And I got the Philips Hue strips because Lifx didn't have a strip. So now that they have it, I'll compare the two. Maybe that'll help you decide on what you want to get. What I want to do is take out the 4 regular bulbs and put in the new Lifx in here. Now, I've got 5. I ended up getting an extra, so that'll be there just in case something happens to one of the bulbs. They do have a good warranty, 2-year limited warranty. So if you want to get these replaced, you would contact Lifx, keep your receipts and all that good stuff, and I believe there is a way to register these if it doesn't already register when you're into the app. But something important to do, because these are not cheap. I picked these up at a good price, but these are not cheap. But these are the last gens, the Color 1000s. They do have a newer gen out. I think I got these for like 30 bucks a pop. Still not cheap at all. even at a discounted price, they're not cheap bulbs, and that's just the way that it is for what you get. So my other issue is I need to reset all of these, because I'm going to be unplugging the Google Wi-Fi, which is what these are all on, and I'm using the Orbi now. So what I'm going to have to do is disconnect these all, re-put them back in, reset them up, and route them to the Orbi router, and I'll unplug the Google Wi-Fi, because when I unplug the Google Wi-Fi, these all stop working, which I found out the hard way. When I unplugged that, I was like, I don't need this anymore, and I came in and I was like, oh crap, oh, that's why. So, gonna need to do that as well. I'm not gonna bore you with all the details. You know how to screw a light bulb in, and maybe I'll show you how to set up one of these as we start it. Real simple process most of the time, and we'll get into it. So, without further ado, the time lapse. First thing I do want to give you guys a warning of, don't go plugging in all of your lights at the same time, because the numbers that pop up for each bulb may not necessarily be easy enough to figure out. So do one at a time, plug one at a time in, and they'll pop up on your Wi-Fi, which I'm about to show you guys here. So bulb number 1 right there, you want to connect the bulb, and it's going to show up on your Wi-Fi list. You're going to connect that to it, jump over to your Lifx app, and it's going to immediately show up for the first light. It's going to start looking for your Wi-Fi network, and in case it doesn't show up, no big deal. You just go ahead and put in the Wi-Fi router name, so it's good to know your Wi-Fi information. I'm not sure why the Wi-Fi doesn't show up sometimes. I mean, obviously I'm connecting to it, it works, and I'm using it. So that's one of the quirks with the Lifx. I don't know if that's the same thing with the Philips Hue or not. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this because it didn't work. And if it does fail, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the light off and on again. Now, at this point, what I like to do, you can either take the switch and do it 5 times, or you can actually do the bulb 5 times. So we'll click OK on that. We'll come back out here, and what I will do is connect to my router. And just to make sure I know the router is working, let's just do a speed test. Okay, so we know that's working. What we want to do now is you're going to take the bulb and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to start going off in different colors. Now that's just reset, okay? And what we're going to do is come back in here to the Wi-Fi app, and I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to turn it back on. So we have our bulb that pops up, and we know that that's our bulb. So once that's connected, we're going to come back into the app itself, and there it is, connecting it once again. And now the orb will pop up. Now it's weird. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. If it's just a connection issue. I've already got my password put in. Did you see that get a little bit dim there for a second, or blink? It's basically connecting to the Wi-Fi router, to the light, to the app, the whole 9. And once that's done, you can go ahead and it'll jump in here and it'll give it a number, and then you can assign it to the side that you want. Now I'm going to redo this as if I'm looking at it. I think before I had it left and right where I was sitting, so I think what I'm just going to do is say TV and wall, so I know that it's easier to find, because sometimes it's just a pain in the butt. So at this point, what we want to do is we're going to change the name, and we're going to say TV wall bulb, oops, I'm going to do it all caps, bulb 1. So I know we're starting over here and we're going down that way, and boom, there you go. So at this point, it's connected. We can go into the app, turn it on, turn it off. We can go into the specific bulb and we can actually change the color hue. And the other thing that's really cool with these lights, obviously, is you have the full spectrum of colors to be able to change it. But I wanted to show you exactly how to set this up. I'm going to go do all those. I'm not going to bore you with it, and we'll be back. That didn't take that long. You know, I did have the same issue with the original one where it wasn't finding the Orbi router, but instead of doing the bulb 5 times and getting it to reset, I just decided to go out and find the Orbi router, and I put the password in, and it synced up just fine. So if you're going to get these and you do have a problem, that is an option that you don't have to keep worrying about trying to find your router. I'm not sure what the problem with that is. I may contact the company and ask them. Next thing I want to do is these 3 on the ceiling, which I turned off because it was way too bright, and the 2 in the lamps. Now, speaking of brightness, it does feel a lot brighter in here now that I have all the same bulbs. I don't think the other ones were as bright as these, but they look phenomenal. I'm very happy with them, and I'm excited to start using them all in a row, all the same bulbs, and then I can change the colors on them and dim them when I want to. So let's get these set up. So that is it for the lights. They are all set up, and I must say I'm extremely happy with the way that they turned out. Much easier than I remember in months or a year or so past setting them up. It was very easy, and like I said just a few seconds ago, the only problem I had was detecting the Wi-Fi, which I was able to find out just by adding it in there and by knowing the name and the password. Now you guys see that usually when I shoot in the center here and I've got the desk in the back, I've got these lights set up. I usually turn those off because I wasn't able to control them. So I'm extremely excited to be able to start using those in conjunction with these and setting up shots a little bit differently than I normally would have, and having those in place to be able to do that. And I also have some floor lights coming as well that I'm extremely excited to try out. But if you want to check out any of these Lifx bulbs, I'll put the links in the description and the different kinds that they have. They do have a newer generation, but like I said, these are not cheap. They are rather expensive and a little bit ridiculous for a light bulb. But if you want to try less expensive bulbs, or you want me to try them out, you know, shoot me a comment in the comment section, and maybe I'll pick them up on Amazon. I have tried other ones that aren't bad. They just don't have the same experience that I did with these. So take it for what it's worth. I mean, obviously, if you're on a budget, there's definitely something to look at, and I can look at those as well. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you're stopping by for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for the continued support. You all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.